My name is Ryan, and until that night, I truly believed I had the patience of a saint. Emily and I had been married for 5 years. We weren't perfect, no marriage is, but I always thought we shared a foundation of respect strong enough to carry us through any storm. She was fiery, sharp-witted, and loved pushing boundaries. Most of the time, I adored that about her. But lately, her playful teasing had started to feel different. It began with harmless little jabs, small digs when I forgot to do the dishes, joking about my receding hairline, laughing with her friends when I tripped over our dog in the kitchen. Nothing worth a fight. At least that's what I told myself. Marriage, after all, is supposed to be about not sweating the small stuff. Then, over the past few months, those jokes began to cross an invisible line. The humor felt less like love and more like disrespect. That night, everything came to a head. We were at a friend's dinner party, 8 of us gathered around a cozy living room, sipping wine, sharing stories, laughing over a beautifully arranged charcuterie board. Someone cracked a joke about bad first dates, and one of Emily's friends asked her about her worst date ever. Without missing a beat, Emily smiled and said, "Oh, definitely the guy who wouldn't stop talking about himself. Well, him and Ryan tie for last place." Everyone burst into laughter. I forced a chuckle, but my stomach tightened. I tried to brush it off, but the next moment cut far deeper. The conversation drifted toward relationships and intimacy. Emily, already a few glasses of wine in, leaned back with a smirk and said casually, "Well, at least my ex was bigger." For half a second, the room went silent. Then came the scattered, uneasy laughter, the kind people give when they're not sure if they should laugh or leave. My ears rang. My chest tightened. I didn't yell. I didn't storm out. I simply sat there with a faint smile, pretending it didn't bother me. Inside, something cracked. That night, I drove home in silence. Emily tried to brush it off, calling me too sensitive, but I said nothing. I wasn't angry, at least not yet. I was planning. I spent the entire night staring at the ceiling while Emily slept soundly beside me, her breathing soft and even, as if nothing had happened. Her words replayed in my mind on an endless loop. At least my ex was bigger. It wasn't just the words. It was the look on her face when she said them. Smug. Almost proud. As if humiliating me in front of our friends was some kind of accomplishment. The next morning, I didn't bring it up. Not because I forgave her, but because I wanted her to believe I had. I kissed her forehead before work, made her coffee, even texted her at lunch to ask how her day was going. If she sensed anything different, she didn't show it. But when I was alone, I started to plan what I would say. Not an outburst. Not a screaming match. I wanted her to feel the weight of her own words. To understand that respect isn't optional in a marriage. That weekend, we hosted a gathering at our house. I made sure everything was perfect, grilled steaks, poured wine, kept the music upbeat. Emily was in her element, laughing, tossing her hair, playing hostess. At one point, a friend asked how we kept our marriage so strong. Emily grinned and opened her mouth, probably ready to make another funny remark at my expense. Before she could speak, I cut in gently. "You know what keeps a marriage strong?" I said, my voice calm and even. Mutual respect. At least, that's what I thought we had. The room went quiet. Emily blinked, caught off guard. "Ryan," she started, but I didn't let her finish. I looked directly at her and continued. "You know, last week you joked about your ex being bigger. I've been thinking about that a lot. And I realized something, you're right. He was bigger. Bigger at cheating. Bigger at lying. Bigger at treating you like garbage. And yet, here you are with me." Her face drained of color. The smile disappeared. No one moved. No one spoke. "You stood there," I went on, "in front of people who respect you, and who respect us, and you turned our marriage into a punchline. I laughed with you that night, but I haven't been able to look at you the same since. Do you know why?" Emily's eyes widened, panic flickering in them. "Ryan, I didn't mean—" "You didn't think," I interrupted softly. "That's the problem. You didn't think about what it would mean to me. You didn't think about how it would feel to have the person I trust most make me the butt of a joke about my worth as a man. The room was so silent, I could hear the low hum of the refrigerator. You know what I've decided? I asked, still calm. I'm done laughing it off. I'm done pretending that disrespect is just funny. If you want to be with someone you can compare to your ex, go find him. Because I'd rather be alone than let you chip away at me one joke at a time. Her friends were frozen, unsure whether to stay or leave. Emily's face crumpled. She reached for my hand, but I didn't take it. Ryan, I'm sorry, she said, her voice trembling. I was just trying to be funny. I didn't think. That's just it, I said quietly. You didn't think. And if this marriage is going to survive, that has to change. Right here. Right now. Tears welled in her eyes. She nodded quickly, the usual fire in her completely gone. I promise, she whispered. I finally leaned back, breaking the tension just enough for everyone to breathe again. Turning to our guests, I offered a polite smile. Sorry about that, I said lightly. Who's ready for dessert? The night limped on in awkward silence, but Emily didn't make another joke. Not that night. Not for a long time after. And for the first time in months, I felt like I had taken back something I'd been quietly losing all along. My self-respect.